We have arrived around our star cluster's single lonely black hole, and upon the single loneliest, fastest little planetoid ever seen. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program and our Alpha Andromedae series. So this is a unipolar magnet vein, and we are genuinely orbiting a black hole. Well, we are on a planet, planetoid, small planet, baby planet, that is orbiting a black hole. And the wind and energy ratios are not, or the wind and solar energy ratios are not very exciting, but we're going to kind of do our best with what we've got and see about getting some power established on this world. So it looks like this is the equator right here. Let's get to work. Actually, I have a blueprint. Let's use it. Hold up. If I went this way, there we go. That's better. All right, so some of these, of course, will not build. I'll be sure not to mess up the spacing on these. But this being a smaller planet, it won't take as long to completely encircle in solar panels. Yep, we'll just use the Shift-Enter trick there. Well, it's not really a trick, it's a mechanic. It's a control. It's built in so that you can do things easily. Like building solar rings. Alright, so that should be... I have to be honest, this is more solar power than I was expecting to be able to put down. So I think I will go around a few more times. Just because I want this thing to be fully powered and I don't want to have to worry about it. And because of our beautiful inventory full of logistics bots. Well, it is full of logistics bots, but things brought by logistics bots. I already had these solar panels just ready to go without even having to make any kind of special preparations, which is really quite lovely. Okay, so it seems like I might be down a few. Let's see if I have any more in storage. I do not. So that's the best we'll be able to do out of the gate, but that's enough to get started. I'm going to let my construction bots work here. So it'll be an uneven pattern. Another thing that I could do is I could also add wind power to this, and there would never be power woes on this planet. This will be a very interesting power graph to watch for a minute because it's going to be flying around so quickly that these power plants are going to turn on, shut down, turn on, shut down. Okay, they're starting to turn on again. It's going to be very difficult to tell how much power this thing can actually produce. It's interesting that the blueprint put down several potential spots, even though I don't have those in my inventory yet. So I wonder if once I have them in my inventory and I come back here, those will just fill in automatically. I don't know that I've ever seen that happen in Dyson Sphere Program, but that seems like I'm just interpreting based on what I'm seeing visually. That seems to be what would happen. Seeing visually, that's a slightly redundant phrase, isn't it? Alright, so now we're making real progress here. And I can also see the other side of the ring. But again, there will be a section of this. Yeah, and if this game, you know, was ever going to make anyone dizzy as they watched, it's going to be on this planet. Because we are flying around. Just remember the trick. Look at the parts of the screen that aren't moving, okay? I'm serious. Like, if you're prone to getting dizzy, but you want to watch, just watch the planet. Because the planet, the parts of the screen that are on the... that have to do with the ground and the planet that we're sitting on. They're not going to be moving nearly as fast. Okay, so I can also increase the power situation by doing this. And I absolutely will. So I'm going to go absolutely crazy. This is a very important import world. This is bringing me one of my most valuable resources ever, so I am happy to go ham building more power production than I know what to do with on this planet. Plus, it's just satisfying to do this, given what I was saying a moment ago. This is totally taking advantage of the logistics bots bringing me stuff automatically. It's been an amazing adaptation. Encouraged by commenter suggestions. And again, the nice thing about wind power is that wind power is not going to be beholden to whatever side of the planet it's on. So now let's take a look at our situation. So it does definitely dip pretty strongly when we're on that section of the planet that doesn't have a good ring, and the wind power should help compensate for that. Before I leave this world, I want to at least have unipolar magnets exporting, and then I can pick up a lot of the things that I need from Alpha Andromeda, come back and finish the solar ring. The planet's in pretty good shape already, energy-wise, but I just don't want to worry about it. Research-wise, I don't know. We still seem to be in a bit of a bottleneck. Something is not being produced quickly enough, and I'll bet you it's computer chips, but I might be wrong. So I'll look into that when I get back. But we are making progress. And of course, what we're doing here is going to bring in additional resources which make everything more efficient and perhaps help research move faster as a result. Alright, so we're over 103 megawatts consistently. We might dip below it here. Okay, yeah, not consistently. Unless, of course, these wind power plants compensate for it, which they very well might. Okay, that's everything. So it's not consistently over 100, but it's high enough. Here's the thing. It's high enough to justify this. So this is the South Pole. Let's go to the North Pole. No particular reason. No rhyme or reason to this. Let's go to the North Pole. And we're going to pop this down. Let's put down a Tesla tower. Let's also put down transports. Let's set up the importing of warpers, just 400. Leave it at 400. Put that on remote demand. They're already on the way. Excellent. And we are going to export the very important resource of unipolar magnets. We're also going to export iron from this planet. I can tell you that right now. And now we just need to get, let's see. Just need to get everything connected down here. Oh, looks like we're good. And boom, there they go. And now the next and most important phase. Where are those unipolar magnet veins? I was standing near several right at the beginning of the episode. All right, there they are. Ooh, it looks like the largest one is kind of over here. And closer to the North Pole. So I will start with that one. There it is, 720,516 unipolar magnet. Very, very nice. Let's see if we can cover that whole deposit. Can we? I'll bet you we can. I'll bet you we can. Just gotta be real careful about it. Yep, there we go. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's every single piece of that deposit. Very nice. And so what we'll do here... Okay, so if I place you... Okay, I'm not going to be able to get away with just one. I might need to do a couple here. I'm trying to minimize the usage of these. Perfect. There we go. And boom. Unipolar magnets are being mined. And as a consequence, we can send them straight up top, where they're going to go straight into this. Now, how are we looking on power after that? Yeah, we're completely fine on power. Power's fluctuating a little bit for reasons that are understandable, but we're okay. So, with that being done, let's go ahead and load some of our gear back up. We don't need as many of these items kind of... Yeah, it's just not necessary to have all of this sitting in my inventory constantly. Okay, that's better. And now we just need to warp back to Alpha Andromeda. So let's do that. 13.38 light years away, and you can see Zeta Ra and Alpha Andromeda. Look at that. Also, Leonis Minoris sending stuff. So you can see our active resource systems sending things back and forth. It's a truly beautiful game. So we're going to fly by the black hole here. DSR J092830. Not going to remember that. It doesn't quite roll off the tongue like Alpha Andromeda, does it? It just doesn't. Alright, so we've made it about half of the distance. Well, no, not quite half the distance. Now we're at half the distance. So we will probably have to... it's going to be close. Yeah, I think my warp is going to drop out, and we will need to let the batteries recharge a little bit. I knew this might happen, because the black hole is always a good distance away. There's a slight chance whenever you're playing... There we go. There's a slight chance that the black hole will be farther away. Or, I'm sorry, that the black hole will be closer. There's always that possibility. But it's rare. In most instances, the black hole is very far away and takes at least one full warp to reach. And if you leave for the planet, or for the black hole, or if you leave the black hole and head back to your home system without appropriate energy reserves, it can be problematic. As we're seeing here. Thankfully, I have tons of energy. So we just need the battery to recharge as we sit in the dead of space. Isn't this crazy? The black hole track is still playing too, which is hilarious. So you can see that we're not quite looking good on the energy charge front. Alright, if I attempted to warp now... Yeah, that initial... that just initial charge of the warp drive sucks up a ton of energy, but this might bring me within 1 light year. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we're at 44 AU. That's a more manageable distance. We'll probably need to warp one more time, because that's Even at sublight, that's quite a while. At our current speed, it would take an hour and 57 minutes. Now, granted, I could speed up. Like that. And now we're at 58 minutes. So if I were to speed all the way up to 2,000 meters per second, let's think. We just increased our speed by about 150%. And it chopped an hour off. So if we took that... no. It's too early to do that kind of head math. By the time I figure the problem out, I would have been able just to warp back to Alpha Andromeda, which I'm going to do right now. There we go. Too early for that kind of head math. All right, this is manageable. I'm going to cruise in from here, and we'll enjoy the view of our Dyson swarm. By the way, we're at 500 megawatts for the Dyson swarm. It'll be time soon to start building an actual Dyson frame. As I've said many times, I doubt that we'll do a full sphere around this particular star. I've done so much work in this series on building up the resource apparatus, the entire logistical machine, that we can really get going on any star system that we want with building a Dyson Sphere proper. I want to have all the resources exporting efficiently so that I can do that. And we're well on the way to it. All right, so now we're at 1,200 meters per second, roughly. Yeah, so it's about a 9-minute trip at my current speed. If I speed up to full speed, it'll be about a 5-minute trip. But another thing that I could do is just warp once a little bit more time is built up, and it'll be a lot easier. Again, you want to make sure you have enough energy to make this trip, or this is what happens. But at least we can enjoy the view. That's better. All right, so we're 5 AU away. And we will be at Alpha Andromedae 2 in moments. And a very important change will be able to be made. First of all, now that we have unipolar magnets, we can make plane smelters. So we are about to go ham, like you have never seen me go ham, upgrading stuff. Because we're able to. We also have frame materials already being produced. So that's going to be handy. Notice that frame materials require carbon nanotubes, which of course, carbon nanotubes are dependent upon spiniform stalagmite crystals, which we are now producing and importing en masse. So that good is already being produced more efficiently on Alpha Andromeda 2 than previously. All right, let's speed up a little bit, all the way to 2,000. There we go. And now we'll arrive in no time at all. How much time exactly? About a minute. Even at our current speed. That's how far away it is. Holy crap. Logistics vessels traveling back and forth to Alpha Andromedae 4. Watch this. There we go. And we've arrived. Huge moment. The very first thing I want to look at, though, oh, that is a huge iron deposit that I haven't even tapped. Okay, good to know. All right, so we are completely fine on carbon nanotubes. Speaking of that, how are we doing over here? Looks like we're good. How are we doing over here? Looks like we're good. How are we doing over here? Looks like we're good. Not a ton of extra oil coming in here, and we are definitely producing... Huh, that's interesting. I wonder if that means we're backed up. Nope, we're not. Oddly enough. Just not making as much of that oil as I was a while back, which is crazy. Okay, first thing I want to look at, let's see what's going on with our research situation. Alright, we are still struggling, it seems, with graviton lenses. Despite fixing some of those problems previously. Let's see why we're struggling. What are we short on? Not short on diamonds anymore. This is my shocked face. So it's really just the production rate, like bringing in more of these. That's all it is. That's all I need. It's more of these. And that's something that I can manage, I think. So let's go ahead and arrange for that. Now, granted, these require a considerable amount of power to run, so I want to be careful with this. Okay, we're going to bring this back down like so. And that should... Hang on. We have to disable that. There, that's better. And then we can build this like so. Now I can copy paste this. I do not have a particle collider. Really? I thought I had at least a few extra. So I need titanium alloy and I need frame materials. Ha! Wherever will I grab mountains of those? Oh yeah, that's right. I can just hit the tilde key and grab those, alright? And then I need titanium alloy, which I already have in my inventory, so not a problem. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not necessary. You don't need to build that many. So that's good. That is a very good sign that I have that many extra. It just means that the smelters that I need to build are going to be that much more easily built. I will, however, need to find a station that has an import slot that I can use. So while those build, let's look around and see if we can find that. Yeah, I might need to build another one, which is hilarious. Could I potentially put another one down there? No. Not quite gonna have the room for that, sadly. That's okay, though. So, if I add... You know what? No, let's just use this. This should be perfect. Alright, so that's just 2 more. I very much doubt that that's going to solve the problem. But it'll be a step in the right direction. Now, one thing I could do here is I could proliferate these goods as they came in. I would need to proliferate the deuterium from another direction, which is somewhat obnoxious. But where's the end of the proliferation paint line? Currently not obvious. Okay, well, hang on. There's something else that I need. Where am I currently making these? Okay. Okay. Probably like... Yep, here we go. Well, no. Let's have it be a little bit farther away. Alright, we do have some foundation in inventory, so... I'm going to pop you down here. There we go. And now... couple of things. Let's go ahead and give you some ships. Let's set up warpers for... Where are you? There you are. Local demand. Only need 400 or so. Then how many of these do I have? Just 10? Alright, well let's grab 10 of them then. Put them in place. Do I not have warpers set up as a... I really thought I did. I guess I just don't have that many available right now. Also, this thing's not powered yet, so that... Well, that shouldn't affect whether warpers are being brought, but we'll see. No, definitely does not. But, very important step here. Unipolar magnets. Remote demand. Ooh, here it comes. Here it comes. Alright, unipolar magnets are a very, very important game changer for one reason above all. Well, there's a couple of reasons. The plane smelters are important, don't get me wrong. But even more important than the plane smelters. Even more important than that. It's these. So now that I have unipolar magnets, all I need is copper and unipolar magnets in order to make particle containers. So we're going to get that plugged in right now. We're going to delete all of these. Because it's no longer going to need to pull from those lines. And then, let's see what else I can do here. Yep, I can already see the best place to put it. It's not going to be too complicated. And the unipolar magnets might arrive. They do have a good distance to travel, so they might not arrive while I'm doing this, but they could. You never know. Let's try over... Let's bring you all the way over here. I need that space. So what I'll do is put a Tesla tower down right there instead. Perfect. And then the unipolar magnets will come straight through like... Well, first of all, they'll come straight through here. Oh, hang on. There we go. Now, interestingly enough... Yeah, I didn't see that. Hang on. I need you to be differently positioned, sir. So we're still not seeing a ton of those coming down that line, unfortunately. All right, there we go. And there's the unipolar magnets. They just showed up. Perfect timing. Beautiful. So now this recipe is going to get exchanged for this one. And it's running already. All right, so on top of that... Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so beyond excited. Holy crap. We've got a few things to put away so I can make room for this. I have some smelters in my inventory that I can use for the purpose of, well, what I'm about to do. Oh my god. Okay. So, next step, kind of an important one. We can also build plane smelters now. Plane smelters require plane filters, which I do have a few of those in my inventory somehow. Or maybe I just have the resources that I need to make them. Do I have plane filters? It's claiming that I do. Alright, well, that's neither here nor there. Let me go ahead and put as much out of my inventory as I can. I really need to get rid of these carbon nanotubes if possible, but I might be able to do that just by virtue of the things that I need to make. For example, if I produce an absolute ton... Yep. So that gets rid of a lot of my carbon nanotubes. And some of my silicon as well. But by virtue of picking that up, I can now grab some stacks of unipolar magnets. Now, we can't make that many. But I can go ahead and start telling this thing that I want those produced. And another thing that I need is plane filters. So let's see if we can grab some of those. It seems like maybe we don't have too many extra. Ooh, Casimir crystals. We're actually running light on those. That's interesting. But it looks like there might be an easy solution. If we delete this... Hang on, let's temporarily put those there. And we are 33 minutes into this episode. This game, let me tell you. I know I've said this so many times while recording this series, but it's just, you lose all track of time. It can't be healthy. I'm just kidding. Of course it's healthy. It's an amazing game. Did I not have... Hold on. Wasn't there... Did I not just... What the heck? Remove sort of previews. There was... I'm not crazy, right? There really was... Okay, that's weird. It's not letting me build one there now. That's really annoying. It's one of the few times that Dyson Sphere does that. Hang on, maybe if I... There we go. Now it's letting me rebuild it. So it was that titanium line. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's kind of built in a weird spot. See, now it lets me rebuild it. Whatever. Okay. So if I need more Casimir crystals, that's doable, I think. So here's what I'll do. Let's go ahead and get... I was really excited to get more of those built. And it looks like I can't right now, which makes me sad. Alright, so I need to take in hydrogen. Oh boy. Okay, I think I see a solution. Let the spaghetti madness continue. If I had a chaos emoji, I'd be using it in the comments right now. There will be a chaos emoji at some point. That's a guarantee. I just don't have it yet. Which would be the Hadrian equivalent, the Hadrian emoji equivalent of Elmo raising his arms, setting the world ablaze. Okay, so... Oof, this is obnoxious. Some of you in the comments are going, yes, yes it is, Hadrian, what's wrong with you? I don't know. I genuinely don't. I would apologize, but the thing is, I'm not sorry, and you know I'm not. We've been over this. So... deal with it, .gif. Alright, there's that. You know I love you guys. So, now I just need the graphene. And the graphene, I think, yeah, that's easy. Oh my god, this soundtrack. Okay, that's a little bit of extra Casimir crystal production. Not a lot, but a little. And hopefully that'll help us produce just a few more. Tell you what, I'm gonna sit here and grab a few plane filters off the line, because even if I can just make a few, that's enough to get things going with the plane smelters that I need to make. See, I can make 3 more right there. Right there. And how many do I have in my inventory already? Any at all? 1. Okay, before I end the episode, we're gonna build 1 plane smelter. You ready? Oh. Hello? Excuse you? Alright, hang on. Hang on. Is there a good that needs it more than anything? Not really. But let's go ahead and make sure that steel is in good shape. And there we go. So we have our steel smelters now using plane smelters, which are twice as fast. They will have more power draw, so by the time I've upgraded all of my smelters everywhere, we're going to be looking to have dark matter power. But now that we have smelting technology, I will absolutely be going ham, or plane smelting technology, I will be going ham in the next episode, getting as many of these built as possible, and pretty much spreading them to every world that I can as quickly as I can, because this is going to dramatically increase the rate of production for just about everything, and it will have a positive impact on my, for example, research speed, which has been a little bit of a crawl on account of the other production woes, which proliferator paint might help with that, so might set aside a little bit of time to work on that next episode as well. But for now, I'll stop this one here before I reach the 40-minute mark again, because 40-minute Dyson Sphere, you know how big this episode is on my hard drive right now? I can see it. 23 gigabytes and a half, and climbing. I'm going to stop recording now. This is the price of bringing you 60 frame per second, 1080p Dyson Sphere Program content. It's a really colorful game, okay? Big videos, especially with a lot of movement. You want, you know, good detail. It takes up space. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at noon, US Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.